Section 9 of CGST Act, Levy and Collection. Section 9 of CGST Act, Levy and Collection. This has totally 5 subsections. Subsection 1 talks about there shall be charge of CGST on intrastate supply of goods as well as intrastate supply of services. But this CGST will be charged on the value which is computed as per section 15, and the maximum rate of this CGST that government can set cannot exceed 20%. Okay, so in short, the rate of GST comes from notification, because the rate of GST can be notified by central government. The maximum rate of CGST that government can notify is 20. So in short, maximum rate of GST that government can notify is 40. Similarly, if you see IGST Act, this percentage mentioned will be 40. On which goods there is no GST permanently which goods are kept out of GST? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Okay, this GST has to be paid by taxable person. So what section 9 subsection 1 says that who is liable to pay GST or from whom the GST will be collected? Taxable person. Who is taxable person? One who is registered or liable to be registered under CGST Act. Now, registered or liable to be registered is given in section 22 and section 24. Okay, then section 9 subsection 2. There are 5 goods, 5 fuels on which GST is not chargeable right now. In future, it can be charged. Whenever government notifies, from that date, it can be charged. So, which are those goods? Natural gas, aviation turbine fuel, petroleum crude, motor spirit that is petrol, and high speed diesel oil. These are the 5 goods which are temporarily kept out of GST. Section 9 subsection 3 and section 9 subsection 4 talk about the concept of reverse charge mechanism. So already you have seen that usually we have a charge of forward charge. Forward charge means supplier is liable to pay GST. But in reverse charge, it is not supplier but it is recipient of supply who is liable to pay GST. That is called as reverse charge mechanism. One example, best example which we had seen for reverse charge mechanism was a director of company giving supply of professional services to company. In this case, who is liable to pay? The company is liable to pay, the recipient of supply is liable to pay GST. Okay, as you all know, time of supply will be decided separately if it is a forward charge or it is a reverse charge. So, yes. And lastly, 9.5 is liability of e-commerce operator to pay GST. Okay, liability of e-commerce operator to pay GST. This happens when for notified services supplied through e-commerce operator. Only for notified services supplied through e-commerce operator. Okay, so 3 services are notified. Number 1, cab services. Okay. Secondly, services given by unregistered person with respect to accommodation. And lastly, services given by unregistered person, which services? Services of housekeeping. Okay, but in second and third service, point to be noted was unregistered person giving such supply. So this is your 9.5. So if I talk about examples of e-commerce operator that will be covered in this 9.5, so it will be Ola as far as cab service is concerned. It will be Oyo as far as hotel service is concerned, that is accommodation service is concerned. And lastly, it will be urban company as far as housekeeping services given by unregistered persons are concerned. So this way you can revise your section 9. One thing to be understood is reverse charge mechanism will apply only in notified cases. There are about 16 cases notified where reverse charge mechanism shall apply. Okay, that's it. Thank you.